Oh man, here we are. I feel like I've done this single episode a dozen times already, but it's probably only been about 3 times. But I've ran so many audio tests and video tests to get this going, and had so many different difficulties arise with the video editing. I'm almost feeling a little fed up at this moment. We're gonna give this a shot anyway, though, and see how it goes. Again, I feel like I've done this a dozen times already, but this is me being terrible at Super Mario World. No, this is the first episode of Nintagious, which is an all-around YouTube channel I'd like to begin. I've been working on it probably about 2 weeks at this point, getting different assets together and experimenting with different programs for both capture and editing, having mixed results in regards of successes and failures. And I've a lot of different ideas in store for this channel. Gameplay isn't the only thing I'd like to be doing, or let alone I'm not going to be doing only retro gaming at that. That's just where I decided to start. It seemed like the best option for my hardware setup, something I could actually get to recording. Whereas I couldn't just get started with Wii U titles or anything, because I don't have the proper equipment for that. As I said, I do want to... There's a lot I'd like to do with this channel. This is a... This'll be the start of Nintagious firsts, which will be putting people to start myself up against games that they've never played before. And I know what you're thinking. This guy's creating a Nintendo themed channel and he's never played Super Mario World. Well, that's I guess half true. I have played it in the past. When I was growing up, I had friends that had Super Nintendos, and I did play Super Mario World a few times, but I never owned a Super Nintendo myself, so I never played the game very seriously or aimed to beat it or anything like that. And so that's what brought me to choose it for the first episode here. In hindsight, it's rather fitting because Nintendo's about to kick off the Year of Yoshi, so it seems like a fitting tribute for the guy. That was not a deciding factor for me when I decided on this title, but there's not sure how many of my plans I'd like to go into right now. I suppose I should keep things kind of on topic here. As I said, I did not have a Super Nintendo growing up. I was a Sega kid, which again is what's this guy never had a Super Nintendo, or and I didn't have an ordinary Nintendo either. What am I doing creating a Nintendo themed channel? But I think a lot of Sega fans, or a lot of Sega kids rather, probably gravitated towards Nintendo as they aged and as Sega removed themselves from the hardware equation. So I don't think it's all that unnatural, but there are a lot of older titles that I pretty much skipped out on because due to never having access to those. No, I'm not gonna take that. The first... I did have a Game Boy very early on. And I actually made the Game Boy purchase just for, Mega Man games. That was my whole deciding factor around getting a Game Boy. And I don't recall even owning many other Game Boy games. I remember playing a few, because I think I believe I had a cousin that had some games other than Mega Man. Like, I remember playing Kirby's Dream Land when I was little. I remember playing Mario Land 2 as well, and I still really enjoy Mario Land 2. I'm actually not that big of a 2D Mario fan. There's only a few of the games I really enjoy. New Super Mario Bros. Not being any of them. I am not a New Super Mario Bros. Fan. I enjoyed the first one a lot when it first came out because I thought it was. I felt like it was what started the whole side-scroller comeback in recent years. It was kind of a new and interesting thing when the first New Super Mario Bros. Came out. But since then, I felt that most of them were rather phoned in, and I felt you could, it didn't feel like the developers had their hearts in it. Not like Super Mario Galaxy, which is something you could tell that the developers really wanted to be making that. And I felt you couldn't feel that with the new Super Mario Bros. Titles. Even, well, the only one I haven't played was 2. But, the Wii one and the Wii U one, both I felt were very unimaginative, and, I guess I won't say that they're bad games, but, there are many titles that do it much better. Including, but not limited to, Retro's take on Donkey Kong Country, which I believe is one of the better examples of how to bring brands like this into the modern age. I'm doing exceptionally well at the moment. I did mention that I am not good at these older Mario games. I'm pretty terrible. But as I also stated, I've recorded this very episode at least like twice now, just dealing with different video editing and video issues. And once I finally worked some of those out, I decided to just go ahead and refilm the episode, because as the more I fussed with the original recording, the more I realized I was not happy with it. So I eventually decided to... How do I get... There we go. I had trouble getting that out of the water on the first recording, too. Oh, Yoshi can jump off of those. That's useful to know. I did not know that. Alright. Look at that, I'm getting better and learning things already. Something I hope to accomplish with this playthrough and this series is, as far as I know, as far as I know, Super Mario World is considered one of the better Mario titles. And I look to discover why that is, and I don't want to be told why that is. I want to discover it for myself. I feel like that I stand to learn more by doing it that way. And it might be a case where if I just have somebody tell me, it might be a case of, like... I think with a lot of older games, you run the risk of a game getting so hyped up that it couldn't possibly live up to the hype. And that especially sucks for the developers, because I feel like they're gonna have trouble making good games in those brands pretty much ever again, because the original is held to such high regards when in hindsight they might not have even been that great of games. I'm not going to cite any examples of that at the moment, as I really get myself just slaughtered there. I probably shouldn't start this channel off by calling out certain older video game titles that are not as good as people say they are. So I'm going to avoid doing that. Maybe someday I'll be brave enough to go there, but for now I think I'm gonna steer clear of that. Oh no. My first recording of this, I got to this little punk and just like smoked him like he was nothing, and that is certainly not what I did there, but maybe this will help me. Alright. I will say that the gameplay here feels a lot tighter than New Super Mario Brothers. It feels like New Super Mario Brothers might not be that faithful of a reproduction. Maybe it is. I don't know. I always felt that the controls in New Super Mario Brothers were rather slippery. Get in. Oh, you really? Okay, get. Yeah, there we go. No, down there. There we go. Yeah. I'm getting all excited as if I'm doing well here and performing admirably, but I'm sure there are people out there who have played Super Mario World hundreds of times, and they're probably just laughing at how terribly I'm doing here, but hopefully I will just get better and better. So that was Iggy Koopa down. Sometimes I often forget that Super Mario World is even where the Koopalings came from, or the Koopa Kids. I'm not even sure which is their official title. I believe it's Koopalings now. For some reason I thought they came from Super Mario Brothers 3. I'm not sure why I thought that. Unless they did, and they were then used again here. I don't know. I haven't really seriously played Mario 3 either. Maybe someday I'll do that as well. But I thought this was a more fitting beginning to this whole project of mine. I need to watch my time. I need to get in the habit of watching my time when recording these episodes. I could probably go further right now, but I think I'm going to take this as a good stopping point, and I'll carry on in the Donut Plains in episode 2. And I hope if you enjoyed yourself here, at least a little bit, that I can catch you in episode 2 as well.